Hey Rad World, welcome back to another episode of Spoiling Dead, where we talk about last night's episode of The Walking Dead. I'm Tony Walters.
I'm Shane Crawford.
I'm Dan Murphy.
Alright, so no Becca this weekend, or this Monday, no weekend. And so you just got us three guys here.
We got no girl on an all-girl episode.
Yes, we got no girl on an all-girl episode.
It does seem backwards, right? We needed 3 women up here. That would have made more sense.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Dan, start with you. What did you like about last night's episode?
I liked the character. I do like the character, but I liked when they revealed what these women were, what they had gone through. That was kind of my highlight of the night, I guess.
Right. It took me a little bit, like when she was first getting chased and shot at by them, to realize, oh, this is all women. And
that's why she didn't get shot.
Well, I just kept thinking too the whole time, these people are absolutely awful.
Mm-hmm.
So many bullets flying by her, they're like using shotguns too. Like I don't
know how they're killing all these other people because they.
Well, I mean, I guess it was said that
I know
they
Tara's
shoot
not that
siders.
swift.
Well, yeah. How many people have actually been there? They didn't really say.
Like they're not hunting; they're fishing. I think that's
they're
pretty
passive
clear.
People.
Are they?
I don't know. They don't really have a choice, do they?
That's why Negan let them keep their guns.
Situation.
Yeah, that's why Negan let them keep their guns for sure. Yeah. So, I don't know that I liked. You said you like her character, and this seemed like another episode where we're gonna get that character driven story, like find out what happened.
I like where she came from, and I like kind of how she changed, into being one of them. But then that was kind of where it almost ended. But I think that there was a lot of stuff going on, behind the camera.
I just don't know that her character's, for me at least, is a strong enough character to carry that whole episode on her shoulders.
They haven't built her up enough to give her that, without going into any of her, backstory, which we kind of know. But yeah, you're right. She wasn't strong enough for a whole show. It was slow at the beginning.
The thing that I'm hoping will come from this episode, when I was sitting there watching it, I was saying, is there really the need to make this an entire hour long? To deal with just Tara, who is a sub-character anyways. No one really cares about Tara. So to give her...
Except for this guy.
Except him.
I like her.
So,
she's not my favorite.
So to give her an entire episode in this random clan, or cult, or whatever you want to call them, is it really worth it to give them an entire hour? So I'm really hoping that this is going to come full circle a little down the road, and they're going to tie them in with the rest of the group. And if they don't, I'm going to be very sore at this particular episode because I felt like I lost a good chunk of my time.
They set it up, though. That was the whole point of this episode, was to set up a way for Rick's group to find some guns.
Right.
I felt like that was the whole purpose of this, was here's this group, now they have a tie-in, so they can send Tara back to be that mediator to get them to actually change.
But they could have cut back and forth between, now we know of all these different places. They would have been better off kind of showing at least a couple of those other places throughout that one.
Right, like last week I said I wish we could have just stayed at the hilltop the whole episode.
For sure.
This week I was like, can we please just cut somewhere else?
Take us to Rick or Negan or wherever, just not here.
Yeah, well, it looks like the next 2 episodes are gonna be... You're gonna be with Negan's group in the next episode, and then Alexandria
as they're planning
in the final mid-season finale episode.
A revolt, right?
Isn't Rick still pretty much clueless at this point as to any of it?
I think that pretty much. I foresee. I think we were talking about last week where everybody's gonna go off and do their own thing to take care of Negan, and it's all going to probably backfire here in the mid-season finale, and that's where we're probably going to be left off of.
And then they'll get even less, he'll take even more stuff.
And I was thinking about this today, too, was when we go off, say, big mid-season finale cliffhanger, everybody's plans screw up, somebody dies. When we come back after however long it is, and we come back to the episode 9, you know what that episode's going to be, right? It's not going to be picking up right where the cliffhanger left off.
What's it going to be?
It's going to be Negan's backstory episode, flashback episode. That's what they're going to come to.
They did that one time before. Maybe with the governor. They did that.
Yeah, I feel like they do that every mid-season finale. When they come back, they don't give us what we wanted. They give us something else.
Do we really need to know everybody's backstories?
You don't. I would say no with everybody, but with Negan, I want it. I'd be more than happy to just rewatch the entire show from Negan's perspective, just watching him pillage, loot, and murder everyone and take all their stuff. You know, because he's
How
just
he kind of
so-
got to
and
be
just how
where
he's
he
so
was at.
fun about doing it.
So what
yeah.
you're saying is, if they do kill him off, you're okay if they do a spin-off Negan, where it's just
Yeah,
it's Fear the Walking Dead from the beginning of the apocalypse, just showing
he's
like,
more spin-off
everything he
worthy
did.
than any
Yeah,
of the
for
other
sure.
ones.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm okay if Rick and Olive Company die, just as long as Negan is the one that we're now watching.
Okay.
And I didn't think I would ever come to that point.
Right.
But he's so darn fun.
He's more entertaining.
yeah, he really
He's got a lot of
is.
charisma.
Yeah. No drama. It's just charisma, and I'll do what I want.
Yeah, but it gets old. If you were around Negan all day long,
It doesn't get old when you're psychotic.
yeah, but you don't have a choice to like the guy, do you? He's likable, but you don't have a choice.
Hey, I'm not saying I want him as my guy. I'm just saying he's fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
Like a King Joffrey, Game of Thrones.
Exactly,
You know,
man.
he's fun to watch. I
Right.
don't want him as my king, but she sure is fun.
All right, let's pull the reins back here onto this episode. All right, so what did you like about the episode?
When it ended.
When it ended?
Clearly, it was lacking Negan. We just talked about it.
Yeah. I didn't like how there wasn't Negan in it. It's again, my thing is just I don't feel like there was a need for a 60-minute episode all devoted to Tara, who no one cares about. And
Right.
like,
She's
I
just the
think
transition to that
yeah,
group of people.
she is, and I think that's what it was. But
Yeah.
boy, I feel like there probably could have been a different way to execute and get to that point.
Yeah, when that episode started, and you got the reveal of Tara washing up on shore, I thought, oh no, we're gonna have just a full Tara episode. Like that's what I thought, and I was just like, and I questioned, whether or not her character was strong enough to carry it.
It would take
I was
a
like,
lot of
we'll
explaining
see.
as to where she got to that
Right, I
point.
was just trying to rack my brain and remember where she left off of. They show you that nice little clips right there at the beginning to kind of remind you, hey, this is what happened to Tara, her, and that I forget the other guy's name.
While she was off having babies, this is what we missed.
Yeah.
This was very reminiscent of the Morgan episode where he's just training with his old master, the guy that teaches him the bow staff. And I got to tell you, I didn't like that episode either.
Yeah.
And just I like this one more than I did that. But man, that was exactly what it reminded me of. Where it's just it's just this guy. I need a little more.
I like the depth, but sometimes some of it's not required to enjoy the show.
Right. Well, I like the character episodes, and that's kind of the person, I don't know, kind of what I enjoy a
don't
lot
like
about
Tara.
the show.
Yeah,
I just don't think
it's
her
probably
character is
just
very
Tara.
strong.
I think that's what it is.
And all the characters, the rest of the characters in the episode too. Cindy was I liked her character. I felt like she was a stronger character.
We could do a full
and she
episode
was-
on her. I'd be okay with that.
She was an interesting character.
I really liked
And-
her, actually.
Yeah, and I did like the interaction with the little girl.
I liked her, too.
Yeah,
And I liked
Rachel,
Tara flipping her
Wasn't
off.
her name Rachel?
Yeah.
I think so,
Yeah, I liked Tara flipping her off. I thought that was kind of
good.
funny.
It was nice.
But something that annoyed me probably the most in the episode was the fake out death at the end. I cannot think of the guy's name that she was with.
Right, yeah, it was a woman
Gosh,
that looked just like him.
It was a
though,
woman
had
that
the-
looked
had the
just like
braids
him,
and
but that
everything.
wasn't covered in
Yeah.
sand and dirt, so it didn't come out of that pile, but just happened to be
gotcha,
there
gotcha.
just to give the fan fake out that, oh, this guy died.
Right,
That's
right,
the kind of stuff of The Walking Dead that drives me most insane.
Is it bad that I was hoping it was him?
I would have been fine if it was but
I'm probably on the wrong side.
I'm annoyed. Well, I'm annoyed at for two different reasons. Because if they would have killed him off, it would have been understandable because this guy's kind of an up and coming actor. He played like Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton, and he's got another movie coming out here soon too. Like he's kind of up and coming, so it would make sense to kind of kill him off because he's doing other projects. But because he's up and coming, they decided to try and keep him on the show by faking out kill him. So now you're not gonna know where he's at for the rest
There's
of the
always
season.
got to be someone lost in the
It
woods
used to
that comes back to save the day.
Right.
be, and the fake out deaths. They used to fake us out with Glenn all the time, so maybe
Right.
he's now the fake out guy.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to have a whole episode dedicated to what happened to this guy.
I don't know if you really know,
I
know
hope
what
not.
happened to Mao Shone.
surely-
I think that's going to be...
You know, I would be okay with one of those. That'd be a fun one because they've given us some of her backstory.
Are you saying it was a bit late in the game to give us a Tara episode because she's been around for so long, and it might be better to see something about somebody newer?
I think it's just because we have not warmed up to her. We haven't been put in a position to have the time to let us grow on her.
It's not even just that. It's the fact that they've set the bar so high with like the first episode, and then we had two really good character-driven episodes after that. But everything about those episodes was about Negan and what was happening. And this episode was too, but it was by far the weakest of these episodes because it was a group that was new and we didn't know any of them. The characters in the group weren't that strong of characters.
No.
The woman who's in charge of everything, her name is ridiculous.
They're
I can't think of what her name is. It's like Natina or something. It's weird.
Natalia. If I was in the drawing board, this would be a very hard one to sell me, is all I'm saying. Like, if we're sitting down with the writers
but there might be a real big twist coming.
And that's why I'm saying I'll be okay with it if it does come full circle, and then I'll eat all my words, but it'll make sense.
Like little Robin Hoods hiding behind the
and I think
that's
that'll happen. I think that'll happen. I think that it'll come full circle, and there'll be a reason for this episode.
Essentially, Rick needs all their guns to make this worth our time.
Right.
They're assembling the troops, aren't they,
Yeah.
in different places,
Yeah.
and the one thing that I think is going to come back around is when they actually got to have the guy to lead the troops. And that might be when we see Rick come back.
Is that when Rick will turn it back up instead of just sitting on the sidelines?
I mean, people are going to expect it to be Rick.
Probably season finale, right? Looking down.
I would be happy if it was Maggie, though.
I would be happy if it was Maggie. Maybe Rick needs to be the hostage, isn't it? You know.
There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Maybe Rick gets captured. He's the one hiding out back there, like, playing it cool.
I mean, once he finds out Carl went Rambo, that'll probably get him back into Kill Rick.
There's a lot of stuff going on. That's the thing. They drag it out a bit too much.
Right, when you have all these big cliffhangers from all these episodes, like
the,
especially this last episode.
Right, but the build-up's necessary. So when the finale does come, it's gonna... I mean, you gotta have a little bit, but you don't need a whole hour like we had. That was too much.
Rick needs time to grow his beard back out. I mean, because that's when stuff gets real, you know. Negan said in the video, I wouldn't mess with this guy.
Right.
So with Carl being out there, Carl's probably going to get kidnapped. You know, and then Rick's going to grow his beard, and he's going to turn into Crazy Rick, and it's game on.
Carl is with Jesus, though.
He is.
He is with Jesus.
Is his dad, or is he?
Jesus found him. That's what happened.
Yeah. So, all right, we are. You had questions, right?
I had somebody ask me. Actually, it was my brother asked me. Do you think that Tara will now finally lose her sense of humor now that she's learned as to what's happened to the rest of the group? Like, she's always been the one that's...
The comic relief, kind of?
But she's not really been exposed to a whole lot. I mean, she was, but she's always been the cheery one.
Yeah.
Is she still got something to be happy about?
I think that... I think that yes, because she's not a strong enough actor to convey any other emotion.
What if we're talking about the character?
Like Carl.
Yes, like Carl.
I think she has been exposed to so much darkness already through all of her dealings with the governor. That's just who she is.
But she just found out now her girlfriend's dead, right?
You know, but it's not the first girlfriend
I'll
she's
say, hasn't
lost.
she lost another girlfriend?
So she's not going to find many more now.
I mean, there's a whole community of them back there, so I'm sure they're just
I guess
waiting.
there's a whole bunch of tree women ready.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tree women ready. So
right for the picking.
Yeah, so she knows she's not alone. I mean, it's still a big world, plenty of people out there.
Maybe she just met her new girlfriend. You know?
That's what I thought. And that's what I was.
It would annoy me if that was the case, because
maybe she got the news like, oh, she died. She turns around.
Yes.
Timing.
I was waiting for her to go away.
Right.
Didn't know how to break it off.
Terrible.
Dating's different in the apocalypse.
Yeah.
It is. All the rules have changed. So yeah, that's the one I had. What else did we have? What else happened in this episode? It didn't really happen until the end. That's the
right.
thing.
Yeah.
They drew it out, and then the last.
What did you guys think
they...
about how they became what they were with Negan taking out all the men?
I thought it was interesting because I was curious too. Like when I realized it was all women, I thought
why did he shoot him and not use his bat?
It's a great question. It might not have been actually.
It might have been Negan.
His men lined him
It
up.
could have just been his men. Negan may not have.
See, he may not have ever been. He doesn't go to all the places, so they've never met Negan.
They probably never met Negan. Exactly. He only goes to the ones that are seriously
they
deserving.
They didn't say. I don't think they actually referred to anything as Negan. I think they just referred to him as the saviors. So
yeah, and that was probably just to show us how far they reach.
Oh, the reach of him.
How expansive
it's like they're like the mob, aren't they?
Yeah. Everything is his.
Yeah.
So maybe that was kind of a purpose of it, and I could see that for sure.
I think we have another question here from
Caller, you have a question?
From Laura, who's monitoring our stream right now. Says, how do you guys think it's going to shake down the road with Tara's promise to Cindy? Do you think she'll eventually crack?
She's going to have to.
Think she'll eventually crack under the cruelty of Negan? Just just to access Oceanside's armory. Sorry, can't read. Yeah.
That promise was to what?
It was to not tell.
To not tell about Oceanside, which is what that place is called.
And we know she's going to go back on that hardcore. I mean, if they're going to tie all this in and bring their group to get the guns, they're going to have to go back.
Right. Yeah, this episode's called Swear. Also.
So they're emphasizing
the promise.
The promise.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a key part of it. You know, maybe she doesn't, and maybe that's what saves the day. You know, maybe these are allies that are going to swoop in later. We don't know.
It's possible.
Maybe she doesn't show up and to get the.
Is it possible guns. Tara told Cindy where they are?
I think if she would have, we would have seen it.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened.
I thought that maybe for a second there that Cindy was going to get trapped on the other side of the bridge with her and be forced to go back to Rick's group.
I really thought Cindy was going with her. Like, I 100% had made up my mind Cindy was going to be a new part of the show.
Yeah.
She was the only one, though, wasn't she, that was on her side?
Yeah, only one.
Only one that was on her side, but also her mom is the leader of that group, so she's not. So when it comes to family, sometimes it's hard to make that decision.
Her mom was the leader, right? Her mom died, right?
No.
Because that was her grandma, wasn't it?
Oh, it was her grandma, yeah.
Because I thought she said something like, she the good stuff that, you know, the way she treats people, she got it from her mom.
Right.
I can't remember exactly what happened to her mom, but I thought that lady
took care of her.
Was a grandma.
How about that they made her think that Tara, that she was gonna live, and then they bring her out and shoot at her.
Okay, the sequence just annoyed me so much because I kind of like you saw it coming anyway, and then they basically set her up to be like stand right here so we can shoot you.
Yeah, but what else do they got?
I'm just saying they
need her really
close. They knew where she was gonna stand, and they still couldn't hit her.
Well, that's how sucky they are. They should have thrown a spear at her.
Tara just has lightning fast reflexes.
They should have hit her with a fishing reel. They would have got her.
Fishing reel.
That's crazy. Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah. A little over the top there, her walking right in.
Yeah.
Like, you would have scoped the place out a little more from a bit more of a distance, I would think.
Yeah, I mean...
You don't go in solo.
Right, yeah, she just, charged right in there. She didn't, hang out and, scope the place out at all. Yeah.
I'm assuming that she did, but they just showed it like that to speed it up.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want to just show a bunch of scenes of her sitting in the bushes.
Right. I also, just that whole scene of her sneaking into there... I didn't think was just shot very well. Did it annoy you at all? It was all these just weird, just it was still tripod shots of let me walk past the camera here,
right?
And walk past the camera here.
Not the best episode.
I mean, that's obviously how they did it because I picked up on that, and there was one part where she rolled into the camera and stopped and kind of looked at,
bumped it, rolled back.
And then there's a camera tripod and she stands up into the shot.
She did say too. I watched the first 20 minutes or so of the
Talking Dead.
She said in between takes she was having to feed her baby and stuff off camera, so it was just picturing that too probably helped when I saw that too. I did pick up on that.
Yeah, they had a top view shot and you get to see one person walk through and then her sneak by, but it was straight top down. It was just a bunch of weird angles and
well, they have different
they have different directors per episode. I don't know which director got that one, but
right.
Obviously, this wasn't a heavy episode, so they probably handed it off to a.
It was done well. It was done well, but it was just like everybody said. They should have mixed up some more of the other stuff in with it.
Yeah. This was by far my least favorite episode so far. Last week, I was thinking the same thing.
and then
they topped it or bottomed
it. Make it even worse.
Yeah.
You guys had the bar so low and you couldn't get it.
Right.
What's going on here?
The problem is, I mean, they tried to give it to us with this new type of zombie, which I thought was overly done.
Well, the
sand zombies were cool. That zombie pile, that was cool.
That was cool too,
and that was something for a second.
I was thinking in all the still images of this, we were talking about it last week.
You thought it was
I thought it was going to be the Whisperers. I thought that's what the group that she was going to be taken captive by was going to be the Whisperers.
That would have been cooler.
That would have been a lot cooler. So my expectations were already just a little high for the episode, not like crazy, but right when she pulled that thing, I thought, oh, this is gonna be some kind of trap, and we're gonna get the Whisperers here, and it wasn't that, and I was like, oh, okay, but this is kind of a cool little sequence anyway.
Sand zombies, yeah.
Sand zombies were cool.
This out as many groups as they already have. Maybe they just were like, hey, this would be way too many groups.
Well, see, the Whisperers don't come into play till later anyway.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
I think they're in this season, aren't they?
Really?
The Whisperers? I don't know if they are or not. I'm not sure if they are or not.
Maybe we talked ourselves into that.
Are they going to go with like 2 and 3 episodes of just Borefest and then just amp it on us?
Well, I think the next 2 episodes are going to be
pretty good.
They're going to be the good episodes because I just looked at
that they do that, Shane. They do that. I hate that they do that. And this
just balance it out. It doesn't need to be highs and lows.
Right.
We don't need ebbs and flows here. Just
But
balance
even
it,
remember
man.
when they were on the farm, it was a bit.
It was
But at least then you learned Herschel had a drinking problem, and that was exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
And we liked Herschel, so it was okay.
Yeah,
But
we
I'm
liked
saying
Herschel.
there's been nothing like. There should have been more ups and downs. There should have
They
been.
could have given us some spikes of action.
Sand Zombies wasn't enough.
I think
for
the
me.
Sand Zombies were supposed to be that spike in action we desired, but it didn't quite. It didn't rub my belly.
They didn't
the way
even
I
have
needed.
blood come out of them.
No.
I want to see something messy. It's The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Bloody it up a bit.
Yeah, and I didn't really like Tara, or the actress that plays Tara in Talking Dead was talking about. She did all her own
She was going to
stunts.
get stabbed in the face right at the beginning.
Well, she was talking about how she did her own stunts for the episode.
I did notice actually before she said that shot of her falling off the bridge. Clearly, she did do that, and that was cool. But
yeah, but like her fighting those zombies was just like, let me just push you down here.
I did my own stunts.
Push it. Let me run across top of some cars.
You're saying they just kind of settled on a few takes. They should have got an extra one.
Yeah, I think that I've just seen a lot better from the show.
But she had a baby. She had just got done being pregnant.
Right, and I just
It's not an excuse.
The show is just set. It's set some high standards for itself, and then it goes through and just. Yeah, it just doesn't achieve the standards that it set for itself. And that's one of my biggest annoyances with any show.
Right. There wasn't even a very good ending to make me want to get
Right.
excited.
Yeah, and she comes back to talk to Rosita.
Yeah.
Rosita, right?
We're going to get revenge.
And
let's go, guys.
You didn't happen to see any guns while you're out there, did you?
Or
because that's the only thing that I care about. Ladies. Let's try and get this promise out of you just to fulfill the whole episode here.
It felt more like I was walking around Skyrim than being, in Atlanta.
But it was such a terrible line, delivery, just like, you guys don't happen to have any...
It was a very predictable episode, wasn't it? Once you realized there wasn't going to be anything else in it, it was very predictable.
Right. I feel like we've just bashed this episode.
That was the problem. I kept hoping for more.
Hoping
for more, but more never came.
We like this show, don't we? I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You
so,
taking time?
We have any questions over there from the Peanut Gallery?
I should check.
None that I've found, but I have another one.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about after the first episode. Like, just in general, the show, after the first episode, there was a major decline in viewers of the show. Do you think there's a correlation with that and the fact that it seems like it's getting less interesting? Do you think they're trying to, step back a little bit? Like, oh, we were too gory or we were too harsh and we lost too many people.
Well,
so.
I think that was, basically that episode...
That picked up my question.
Probably not, but...
Okay.
Basically, you're trying to create a correlation between the lack of viewership per episode as declining crazy.
People like the bloody stuff.
Well, people like the bloody stuff, but episode 2 gave us that break from the bloody stuff. Episode 2 was refreshing.
People
you had the
also
kingdom
need to come down from it, but you don't need 3 episodes to come down from it.
This was episode 6. We've had 5 episodes
We're ready for
nothing.
More bloody stuff. You know? They showed us a tiger. Where's it? I want to see it eat something.
They spent their budget on that tiger.
No.
You're going to get it maybe one more time before the mid-season finale.
That's not an excuse, and neither is I just had a baby. I want to watch this show, and I want it to be as entertaining as it should be.
I have to agree with you.
I'm passionate about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all we got, I think...
I'm just trying to think if there was any little bits that...
There really just wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, there was a little Easter egg. There was a kind of a throwback to an old zombie from the movie Zombie.
What was that?
In there. Yeah, it was on the bridge. At first, I thought it was Jason Voorhees from Part 7, but it was a zombie. They throw stuff in there like that.
Right.
If you know where to look.
Yeah, I was saying you're the guy to catch that stuff, not me.
Saw that, yeah. Other than that, no. I'm surprised we've talked this much about this one.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes in, and I thought we're pretty much we've said everything. Yeah, we're 25 minutes in. I think that's a good place to call it. This wasn't a very eventful episode. Hopefully next week we get the episode that we've been waiting for. So, you got anything to plug?
No, nothing.
HMMfilms.com. You can check them out on Instagram and Facebook, all that jazz.
It's all on there.
Blood Moon River.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Well, I got a lot done on it the last few days.
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
Yeah. You got a competition coming up. You wanna plug that?
I mean, no, it doesn't really get plugged.
He's got a competition. Check out for that.
Yeah, there you go. I'll post the results.
Yeah, there you go. Well, he might have a Twitter coming up here soon.
That's right, yeah. And then that's why I have that set up, then I can do that.
All right. And you can follow Rad Entertainment at Rad Entertain on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow me at TonyWalters_.
Do it.
And we'll catch you guys next time on Rad Entertainment.